Okay, so Leo, in your current position, you are thinking about opportunities, and you're thinking about finances, resources, your career. The Ace of Pentacles, we see this hand holding out the coin, the pentacle. And it's like the universe is saying, here, do this and prosperity or abundance may be in your future. That if you nurture and plant the seeds here, then you can have abundance not only financially, but in terms of health and in happiness. They say that this is one of the best cards to have in a reading because it really does cover all areas of good health, of happiness in relationships, and having security and plenty of resources. There's also, you can see abundance of nature here. With the ace, it brings forth this practical, grounded energy, which is think about ways to maybe increase your investments or to improve your investments. Pay attention to your budget. This could be as simple as right now that you could win a scratch-off ticket and win some money, or someone pays you back, but it could be an unexpected windfall coming your way, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, or more than that. You know, that's the possibility for November, but this is an opportunity to increase your resources, whether it's through business, through extra hustle and extra work, but of opportunities coming your way. Blessings from the universe. What's crossing you is temperance. And you can see the angel here is pouring the water from cup to cup. The water's flowing. And one foot is in the pond here, another foot is on land. And there's this sense of water brings purity. And with this angel, this is about moderation and acting in a temperate fashion, which means not going to extremes, not overdoing it in terms of work, of your work, play, your life balance, of finding the balance. There's a sense of restoration with this temperance card, which is take the time to meditate, to relax, to recover, to eat healthy food, to do things that bring you happiness and purpose and joy that fill you up. With temperance, you know, if you are able to be moderate within a lifestyle or your life plan, here's the path leading you to the golden sun. And so it's like spiritual happiness, spiritual and physical balance. There's a sense of you having to work on in November your life balance, maybe life with relationships, of not going to extremes. Maybe it's life and balance of, again, working too hard versus not making enough time for yourself. Maybe it's something as small or, you know, as important, honestly, as getting enough sleep, of communicating with family, of thinking about messages that come your way. So this is about what's crossing you is finding the right balance and finding the balance in your life and restoration, recovery, to re-energize, to be temperate. And your foundation is the Five of Pentacles. And Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you can see the two people who are down on their luck walking past the church or the place that has the Pentacles here. They don't even see it. They're just going right past it, and it looks like they're in need of assistance. And so recently, Leo, you may have been feeling a little worn out. Maybe you felt stress or fatigue, or you've just been under the weather and have not been feeling your best. This can suggest a sense of feeling where you're left out, where there's lack in your life. Maybe you feel that you don't have the resources that you need, or that you don't have the support that you need from friends. This is a good reminder to you, Leo, that help is around the corner and that you have to sometimes stop and ask for help. And if you're in a situation where you need help, or you need to take some days off from work because you're tired and you need to find the balance, then don't be afraid to ask your boss or your supervisor for that time to recover, because you can't do good work if you're not feeling well. And you can't be a good partner to someone in a relationship if you're feeling stressed, fatigue, illness, feeling unsupported. There's also, there's also people in the community to talk to and resources available. So if you feel in a weakened position, then make the time for yourself to get some assistance, and don't be prideful or don't be shy about asking for help. But here in your foundation, you've been feeling the lack, and you've been feeling potentially not feeling well. Excuse me, let me get a cup of tea here. In your recent past, it's the Nine of Pentacles, more pentacle energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this woman here is standing in her garden. She's finely dressed. She has these pentacles on the wall here, and she's got a falcon on her shoulder. And, this suggests that you have been working hard, and you have gathered some material comforts at home and some security through your discipline, through your hard work, through perhaps sacrifices. Now, this card suggests that you've been independent and that you've been, maybe flying solo, doing things on your own. That's a strong position to have, and it's good to have these resources, but there's always this underlying piece of the Nine of Pentacles, which is don't sacrifice your hobbies and your playfulness and your fun for work and striving for things. Don't forget to incorporate into your life your activities. All work and no play makes for a boring life. Let me get this in focus. Okay. So you have been working hard, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Don't, try to keep the balance between work, relationships, love, and your money. Don't sacrifice one for the other, because ultimately it may come in to make you feel exhausted, to make you feel really tired. Your crowning energy is the Hermit, and the Hermit is a Virgo, and he is a wise old man who's could be a mentor, could be someone within your circle, but really this is a card saying withdraw, take time for yourself, think about your situation, think about what you need to do, and reflect on that, and think about patterns in your life. Have you sacrificed for your career and for your finances a relationship? This is really a single woman who's independent. Maybe it's time that you're thinking that you want to start dating or find a serious relationship. This Hermit card is about getting in touch with yourself and looking at your patterns and, taking a step out of the busyness and the chaos of our life. Let the light of his lantern help lead the way to self-realization, self-actualization. And in your near future is the Two of Wands. And with Wands energy, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And so this Two of Wands, he's standing there. This merchant or this business person is standing there. He's finely dressed in a lovely patio, holding on to his wand, looking out over the water into the horizon, and holding the globe. And this is often with twos. It's a sense of having to make a decision. And two things may be pulling you in different directions. And so in the future, after you've had time to recalibrate, to balance yourself, to get over not being lack or sick or fatigued or stressed, after doing some thinking, you are going to either decide to make some changes, perhaps. And this can be whether you decide to travel, whether you decide to stay where you are, status quo, or a decision could be to move on. What's next for me? This could be a card of exploration. This could be a card of setting new goals, of figuring out what's next in your life. And you may decide now's the time to stay, or now's the time to go, and to go start to manifest something new, to build something new. Because it's your heart of where you are right now. It's the death card. And death is Scorpio, but death is also about the end of a cycle. It's the cycle of life. Things come and go. They have a beginning. They also have an ending. And so whatever it could be that is opportunities coming your way that are making you think of moving on, of improving your financial situation, of eliminating the sense of lack of support and stress. So this is a chance for you to really transform and to let something end and then move on to the next course of your life. And in your environment is the Page of Wands. Again, more fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So whether this represents someone youthful within your circle or this energy that you would do best with, Leo, this is about your sign, your energy, your courage. And this is the courage to learn new things and to jump in and to take action. Pages are youthful. They're learning how to become more experienced. They're studying. They're following their passions. They're following their desires, things that are going to make them feel fulfilled. And so this is telling me that something is going to end. You've had time to reflect. You have opportunities to improve your finances. You're looking for balance within your life. And maybe that means kind of shifting your career to something that brings you more free time, or a relationship that you need to let go in order for a career to blossom, or a change in career. And I'm seeing something new, because with the hopes and fears, it's the Magician, which is about manifestation. It's about creating the life that you want. You have the skills and the mastery and the elements right before you. The universe provides you with that. You have to come up with a plan, and you have to have the faith in yourself to be able to make it come to fruition. So you create the alchemy. You create the magic in your life. And the magic in your life, it just seems with this Ace of Pentacles at your current, the Nine of Pentacles, you certainly know success and you know how to work hard, but you're having to do some deep thinking with the Hermit card, and you're having to reflect on something that's missing, something that you feel left out of, and you're, again, the beginnings of manifestation, the beginning of exploration, or something new. Page is the putting in the effort and the energy to get started, to get going. And then in your outcome is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a wonderful card, because the High Priestess, she's actually represents kind of the moon. But the High Priestess is about your intuition. It's about your inner voice of listening to the messages that the universe is providing to you, and listening to or watching for the signs. License plate, numbers that pop up, things that people say. Could be any random thing, but if you're tuning in and using your psychic sense of you, which everybody has, it may steer you into the right place. And maybe the message of this reading is to trust your gut, to trust your intuition on the changes that you're hoping to affect within your life, whether they are related to your love life or your relationships, of moving on, maybe letting something end to move on to what you really want in your life, or career, hobbies to an extent. Ace of Pentacles, though, this grounded energy, success, lack of resources, thinking, and you have two cards that really go to the heart of how you think, how reflection and meditation is important. And this is telling you to withdraw, and so is the High Priestess. She wants you to be passive, still, do some yoga, do something that you're diving deep within your subconscious, your inner secrets that maybe are going to bring out something that is really wonderful. The Magician. It's really powerful for your life. So what do we not see here? We see the Magician, we see Wands and Pentacles, and some majors. We don't see Cups in this reading, emotional sense. And we don't see Swords, which is the intellectual, objective, rational you, the rational part of you. So it looks like November is going to be a month to think about finances, resources, hands-on approach to making changes that are going to get you to what you really are passionate about, what you're really happy about. Acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations of people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Embracing the rhythm of life, I think that goes a lot to going with the flow and to recalibrating and restoring energy, doing things moderately, not getting too upset in either way when things don't go your way. You know, finding the balance. Acceptance is another way really of being balanced. Accepting that things end, cycles end, relationships end. Sometimes the job you've had for a while maybe deserves to end so that you can really do something that's going to be fulfilling. Okay, and now let's pull a focus card for the month, or a theme, however you want to think about it, to meditate on. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And that to me is affirmation of changes to come that you've been thinking about seriously. New career, new relationships, opportunities for you that are very real and are going to be very satisfying. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities that are going to benefit you in terms of happiness, abundance, health, and joy. You know, it's what you are hoping for. It's what you want. Important doors are opening for you. And the Magician is the alchemy of putting it all together, of really putting it all together for you. What a nice reading.